Happy beautiful day. It's Pete Cohen here. What to do before joining Weight Watchers. Over the next few moments, I want to help you consider what you're going to do before you do what you probably are going to do. But I ask you just to stop and take a moment to pause and think about, is history going to repeat itself? We are going to look at some really important questions if you want to what? Well, if you're considering joining Weight Watchers, or as it's now known, WW, they've changed their name. If you are going to join Weight Watchers or WW, you're probably joining it because you want something. What do you want? I reckon it's something called losing weight. If you want to lose weight, let's take a few moments to answer these questions. What do you want? What do you really want? You know, like that song from the Spice Girls? It's important to know what you want. Is a diet really what you need? Do you want to lose? What does that mean? You'll find out in a moment. Do you want history to repeat itself? Do you want to win? Win at what? Well, we'll find out in a moment. And do you want what's that mean? You will soon find out. These are big questions. And they are important questions. Why? Because you want something, and I would imagine you want it a lot. So ultimately, let me ask you this. What is the driving force that is making you consider going to Weight Watchers? Well, for most people, it's pain. For most people, they are uncomfortable. The trigger or the tipping point for most people is they feel uncomfortable. Maybe they're not able to get their clothes on. Maybe they've seen a photograph of themselves and they see that they've become bigger than what they were. Maybe they've been told, look, you really do need to lose weight. That is the driving force which makes people move. Now, that's not a bad force to move you forwards, but what I'm here to say to you is that's not enough. Because what will happen, why history seems to repeat itself, is that once you get comfortable, invariably you will go back to what you were doing before. It's estimated that 95% of people that go on a diet will put the weight back on again when the diet has finished. And I don't want that for you. I'm a coach. I'm someone who is obsessed with helping people go from where they are to where they want to be. So where do you want to be? What exactly do you want? Now, I would imagine you would say you want to lose weight, and feel free in this video to comment below and I'll go and look at all of your comments. What exactly do you want? So you say you want to lose weight. Okay, why? Why do you want to lose weight? Here's some big questions. What would that do for you if you lost weight? What would it give you? What would it get you? Well, for most people, when we ask these questions, it will give them a feeling. They will feel better. They will feel more confident. They'll be able to put on the clothes that perhaps they really want to put on. What would that give them? Again, it would give them a feeling. So ultimately what you want is you want to feel something, feel slimmer, feel healthier, to have more energy. What tends to happen with diets is people get a result, they lose weight, but then what happens? They get comfortable. We need to think beyond this. Now, I know Weight Watchers have evolved. They've been around for nearly 60 years. They've changed their name because they know now that more and more people are waking up to the fact that diets don't work. Is a diet what you need? What does that word actually mean? I like it. I think it's a very interesting word. If you take the T off, it says die. In fact, the first book I wrote of the 19 books I've written, many of them international best-selling books, I wanted to call it a diet to die for. But the publisher said, you can't call it that, it's too negative. I wanted to write on front of the book, lose 10 pounds immediately. And then open the page and it say, well, £9.99. That's British money, by the way. I wanted people to just stop and look at things differently, because if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. The word diet has many different meanings. You could go to a different country and you could talk about the type of diet they have, the Mediterranean diet, the Asian diet. You could have a medical condition and they say you need to take this type of diet. You could have a diet of I'm a vegan, I'm a vegetarian, I'm eat ketogenic diet. But the type of diet that I'm talking about is the diet that people associate with restriction. A diet, something that you do and then you stop doing. And when you stop doing it, what do? You go back to what you were doing before. And if you want to do that, if you want to lose weight and go back to what you were doing before, then go and do Weight Watchers, because I'm sure it will help you, even though they are changing their ways. And this stands for, I think, Wellness Works. Now, they're moving into the wellness space, but I don't know really how equipped they are at helping people win. And what does that mean? It means you become slimmer, fitter, and healthier. You have installed the habits of success. Your weight is no longer an issue anymore, because I don't know about you, but having spent years, 30 years, working with people who want to lose weight, what I see with so many people is dieting becomes a preoccupation. They're always on a diet or off a diet. They haven't established a new way of moving through the world. And that's what I specialize in doing. Because if you want to lose, what does that mean? Well, you said you want to lose weight? Well, do you want to lose weight or do you want to lose fat? Because if you want to lose weight, Weight Watchers could probably help you to do that. Because there is a difference between weight and fat. If you want to lose fat, have less fat on your body, there's only one way to do that. And it's becoming healthier. Now, if you want to go on a diet that focuses on things like units, points, calories, then that might be something you want to do. But if you want to move beyond that to a place where you make better choices based on what you know that you need to eat, so you start looking at food with a much more healthier relationship, then you might not want to do Weight Watchers or WW. Now, the whole thing about losing is so many people who try to lose weight end up feeling like a loser because they think that they have failed. You have not failed. The approach that you have used has not given you the tools, the strategies, the vision that you needed to succeed. And I really encourage you to stop and think about that. You are not the problem. You are the solution. And the weight loss industry is basically built on making people feel that they have a big problem and they're always going to have a problem. They're always going to need a diet. Would you like to win? Because if you want to win, you're going to need to install some habits. It was Aristotle that said 2,500 years ago that excellence is not an act. Excellence is a habit. We are what we repeatedly do. And if you want to start moving your life in a different direction, you might want to look at getting yourself a coach. You see, the role of a coach is to take someone from where they are to where they want to be. And this is so important because most people do not know where they want to be. They know where they don't want to be. Just going back to my first point, they're in pain. They're not in a place they want to be. And when they get to a place where they're comfortable, that's where most people go back to where they were going before. I think maybe now it's time to face up to the truth. The only thing that exists in the universe is possibilities. And when you work with someone who has a desire to change, the sky is literally the limit. Recently, I was at Southampton University Hospital speaking to one of the chief people there on health, and he has a massive interest in obesity and being overweight. And I spoke to him about it, and he said, you know what? It's difficult to lose weight because if you put weight on, your body then thinks that is where you're supposed to be. So if you start losing weight, the body resists. If you go on a diet, it's hard work. You want to go back to where you were before. And I think there is some truth in that. And I think that's the reason why people often do need coaching. But I think more than that is that when we get out of pain, when we get comfortable, we give up, because the driving force that got us to consider doing Weight Watchers was the fact that we were in pain. I ask you to take a few moments as we come to the end of this video, is to take a few moments and to really think about what is possible. How much fitter, how much healthier could you be? You might have heard of the story of Ebenezer Scrooge. When Scrooge, the Christmas Carol, sees his future, he is so driven to move away from it. But now as we start to consider possibility, you could be driven to move away from where you are, but you could also be driven to go to a place you've never been before. You're fitter, stronger, slimmer, not just for a few days, not just for a few weeks, but for the rest of your life. That is something that you deserve. And that is something I would like you to consider before going down a very similar path to the path that you've been down before. So I invite you right now to make a couple of choices. Choose to do Weight Watchers or choose to look at what we do. Because what we do is help you be open to possibility. What we do is help you install those habits of success. What we do is teach you to have more willpower, the science of self-control. It's time for you to look at this with a fresh pair of eyes and to ask these really important questions before going down a road that maybe is familiar to you. Your future is unwritten and you have the magic and you have the power to change. Thanks for watching and make your choice now.